All right, welcome back. We are headed back down to Charlotte for the DNC, and joining us live is Mark Shriver of the Kennedy Shriver family clan. Mark, thanks a lot for joining us. You were a delegate from Maryland, is that correct?
I was. I am no longer an elected representative, but I was for 8 years.
All
yes.
right. Fresh off your appearance last month on the Colbert Report, looked like you had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun.
Your take on what the president's greatest challenge is to be reelected?
Wow, that's a great question. I think, getting the message out that there's been a lot of progress made. I run Save the Children's U.S. programs, and we focus on poor kids and particularly kids before they reach the end of third grade. And I think the president has made some strong steps in that direction, investing in early childhood education, which I think is a crucial part of our economic development for this country. And you see people from Ben Bernanke to Jim Heckman, who won the Nobel Prize in economics, talk about the importance of early education. I think getting that message out that the president cares about it, has invested $500 million through the Race to the Top funds is really important. And I think that that's really important across the board if the president is going to get reelected. The positive message about some of the progress that has been made. People forget what it was like in September of 2008. It's a lot better, and it's moving in the right direction.
Given the fact that you see that as one of the successes by the president, what do you feel is his greatest success over the past 3.5 years?
Well, again, I focus in on on education, and when I was in elected office, I think, that's what I focused on, poor kids and families. And I think he's made a lot of progress in that area. He's improving the quality of Head Start programs in this country, which is a painful process to competitively bid those contracts out to increase the quality of care that young kids get. And I think that's really something that he should be talking more about. Oftentimes, I think both parties don't want to talk about poor people. They don't want to talk about poverty. I wish they did. I think he's, made some great strides in that area. I think, the work that he's done on really solidifying the banking system in this country, what happened out in Michigan with the car industry is also really important and significant, not only for those parts of the country, but really for the entire country. We're
talking with Mark Shriver, who's down at the DNC in Charlotte. Mark, as we look at his successes, personally, what do you feel has been his greatest failure?
I think it's probably getting a message out that there has been progress made. I think, it's sometimes that the message has been dictated by other forces, that he has made, again, significant strides in the banking industry, significant strides in the automobile industry, significant strides for kids. And I just feel like that message gets clouded sometimes through a lot of chatter, and sometimes I don't know whether the administration gets it, gets that positive message out as much as it should. Do
you think the unemployment rate, where it is right now, it could be considered a success or a failure for the president?
I think, I read the other day that when they asked the president to grade his first term, he said incomplete. And I think that's true on the unemployment. I don't think anybody's pleased with the unemployment rate where it is. I think it's got to go lower. It makes a huge difference for the economy, obviously for the families involved and the people involved. So I think the president would say it's incomplete, and I think I would agree with that.
Do you think that's going to be the biggest point of his message come Thursday night, is that they are, or at least his administration in the country is headed in the right direction, and that through his leadership that numbers can continue to go down? Is that going to be important, and what do you need to hear from him, or what do you think the American people need to hear from him come Thursday night?
Well, I'm not in elected office anymore.
So you don't have to play the game. You could just give it to me, Mark.
I mean, I think, well, that's true, but I think that, that's probably going to be what his message is, that there has been progress made. There's more work to be done. He's not satisfied, and, to finish the task, he needs another 4 years. And I think that, people like him from all the polls I see.
Well, there's no question he's got the likability factor all wrapped up. But given the fact that the polls suggest a tighter race than he would probably like, what do you attribute that to?
I think, every campaign tightens up after Labor Day or right around Labor Day. Very few people focus on it. You've got the insider, Beltway, and political junkies talking about it. But, a lot of families want to have fun over, have a summer break. Their kids are out of school. They're trying to get them in camp or get them a job or keep them busy. and people don't focus in on it. I really don't think until Labor Day or after Labor Day. And I think it's naturally going to get tight. It always gets tight. But there'll be some, who knows what's going to happen this afternoon, much less tomorrow or, in a month from now in politics. The thing can change overnight. It can change in a matter of moments. I think he's also going to talk, about the fact that the country is safe and that he's made a lot of progress on the war against terrorism. And I think that's another area that he should be talking about because he's done a good job on that front.
We're talking to Mark Shriver from the Kennedy Shriver family, who is down in Charlotte this morning. He used to be on the delegate or a delegate from Maryland. He's now the vice president of Save the Children's U.S. program. Mark, give me a sense, if you will, as to the excitement level, what you're getting personally down there at this convention. And I know it's early, but compare it to conventions in the past that you've attended.
Well, the one that I enjoyed the most was when my Uncle Teddy lost in 1980. I didn't enjoy the fact that he lost, but he gave a great speech in New York City, and I don't think I'll ever forget that. There was an incredible amount of buzz at that one. I think, 4 years ago there was a lot of buzz when President Obama got nominated, and I was also at the one in California when President Clinton got nominated a second time, and him coming out of the tunnel there to give his acceptance speech was really incredible. I think the hospitality in North Carolina has been great. There's a lot of action here at the center. The streets are blocked off. Conventions are exciting. I went to the Republican one in Minnesota 4 years ago, and when people get together and they're hopeful for the future, it creates a lot of energy, and you definitely feel it here in North Carolina.
You're looking forward to seeing your cousin get up on the stage and introduce the video for your Uncle Ted?
I think he's going to do a great job. I'm hoping that my cousin's son, Joe Kennedy, gets elected in Massachusetts. He's a really, really good kid. Kid, listen to me. He's a really great guy. He's done a lot of good work in the Peace Corps and in his work as a lawyer. I mean, he's smart. He's fun, and he is really good.
Mark,
he'll be great for the state.
You're making me feel old because we are the exact same age. So you're making me feel real old.
I know Joe when he was a lot younger, and that's why I call him a kid. But he's an adult, obviously, and he's a really smart, committed, and will be a great representative if the people choose him.
Hey, Mark, let me tell you, anytime you or your family members are back down on the Cape or want to swing by the studios, we'd be more than happy to welcome you here on the Doug Meehan Show. We can talk more about Save the Children. How's that?
That would be wonderful. I think I hope that people get a little excited about the idea that so many kids are living in poverty in this country, and that they put pressure on elected officials, both on the federal and state level, to make a difference in that area. We really need help.
Mark Shriver, boys and girls. Mark, thanks a lot. Enjoy your time down there in Charlotte.